Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden blueprint that dictates how almost everything you use gets made. From your car to the app on your phone, there's an invisible architecture that's shaping our entire world. So let's kick things off with a bit of a puzzle. We're going to look at two very different products from southern Africa. Now, on the surface, you'd think they have absolutely nothing in common, but they share a secret. Okay, so on one hand, you've got this stunning, bespoke safari lodge. It's custom built out in a game reserve, a total one-of-a-kind project that can take months, even years to finish, and it costs a fortune. And on the other hand, a car, rolling off an assembly line in Cariega. It's totally standardized, built in a matter of hours, and costs way, way less. So what gives? How can these two ways of making things be so completely different, yet both end up creating really successful, valuable products? Well, the answer is this thing called process design. Honestly, you can just think of it as the master blueprint for making, well, anything. It's the core recipe that lays out the exact sequence of tasks, tools, and people needed to create a product or deliver a service. So, how does this blueprint actually work? It turns out that every single process, whether it's building a custom lodge or stamping out a car, is built on a single, absolutely crucial trade-off. And it all boils down to two really simple questions. First up, variety. How many different kinds of things are you making? Is every single one unique? And second, volume. How many total units are you making? Are we talking one, or are we talking 1 million? And that right there, that's the key, the volume-variety trade-off. It's like the master key that unlocks why things are made the way they are. Every organization has to figure out where it sits on this spectrum, trying to balance how many different things it offers with how many it can actually produce. You know, to really get a grip on this, let's take a little journey along this spectrum. We'll go from one extreme to the other, and you'll see how this one simple trade-off defines pretty much everything. Okay, our first stop is way up in the top left corner. Super high variety, but very low volume. This is what we call a job shop. This is the DNA of that custom furniture maker. Everything is flexible, it's all made to order. A model like this needs really skilled craftspeople. You know, people who can use general all-purpose tools to create a whole range of unique things. The catch, of course, is that it's slower and costs more for each piece. All right, now let's rock it over to the total opposite end of the spectrum, the line process. This is a world built for massive, massive volume. This is the assembly line, pure and simple, just like that VW plant we talked about. Here, variety is basically zero. The process is a fixed step-by-step flow where each person or machine does one repetitive, specialized thing over and over. The payoff? Unbelievable efficiency and a super low cost for every single car that comes off that line. And if you think that's extreme, let's go one step further. For the most extreme example of high volume, we have what's called the continuous process. I mean, think about places that literally never shut down, like Sasol's synthetic fuels plant. These places are incredibly expensive to build, almost completely automated, and they run 24/7 just churning out a single standard product. They are the absolute definition of efficiency at a massive scale. But here's the thing, they have pretty much zero flexibility. Now, for centuries, that trade-off between volume and variety, it was like a law of physics. You could have customization, or you could have a low cost, but you couldn't have both. But now, technology is starting to smash those rules. And this huge shift is being driven by what we call the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0. Picture this, AI that's optimizing complex production schedules on the fly, advanced robots that can switch from one task to a totally different one seamlessly, and a whole factory where every machine is talking to every other machine in real time. This is the tech that's creating a whole new reality. So, what does this all mean? The big takeaway is that we're shifting from this rigid either-or world to something totally new. The holy grail now is mass customization, the dream of offering tons of variety and personalization, but at a cost that's much closer to what you'd see in mass production. It's like getting the best of both worlds. Okay, so why does any of this matter to you? Well, because this so-called invisible blueprint, it isn't just for factories. It actually applies to almost every single part of your life. It's huge for services too, which, let's be honest, have their own set of weird challenges. Unlike a car, a service is intangible. You can't touch it. And often, it's being produced and consumed at the exact same time. And you, the customer, you're right there in the middle of it all. You know, you bump into process design every single day. When you use your banking app, designers have obsessed over every single step to make it fast and easy. The flow of patients through a hospital ER, that's an incredibly complex process designed to balance life-saving speed with quality care. It's literally everywhere. And when you zoom out, the impact of these design choices is huge. A really well-designed process can slash waste and be much better for the planet. It also directly decides what our jobs are like, whether they're safe and engaging or just mind-numbing and repetitive. Which leaves us with one last kind of big question to chew on. As we get smarter and smarter at designing these perfect, super efficient, automated processes using stuff like AI, what does that mean for us? What's our role in this new world of work and creation? What's left for us to do?